Hey guys, this should be a fun video that's long overdue, as I'm not only a huge boxing fan, but a huge Evander Holyfield fan. So let's get right into it and answer the question as to whether or not Evander Holyfield could have been a bodybuilder. To begin, let's do a quick career recap of the real deal. Evander Holyfield first gained notoriety at the 1984 Summer Olympics, where he was disqualified for supposedly hitting his opponent after the ref said to stop. Since his punch was already in mid-swing when the ref gave the order to stop, people were telling him that he got a raw deal. Evander, ever the optimist, turned this around and said that, "That's okay, I'm still the real deal." And the name stuck. Turning pro in 1984 as a cruiserweight, he rapidly rose up the ranks undefeated to earn himself a title at Dwight Muhammad Qawi in 1986. In a remarkable performance, the young Holyfield rose to the occasion to outpoint the champ to claim his first world title. Not satisfied with just one belt, Evander then went on to unify all the belts in the cruiserweight division. At about the same time, the dominant force in the heavyweight division was none other than the legendary Mike Tyson.
Tyson was a wrecking ball of a heavyweight that was tearing through the boxing ranks. Not just winning, but demolishing opponent after opponent after opponent in startling fashion. People began to wonder if maybe the cruiserweight champ Evander Holyfield, who had also been making some noise,
could be the one to step up to the plate and give Tyson a run for his money. This must have been on Evander's mind as well in 1987, as in this year he made the decision to move up to the heavyweight ranks to earn himself a shot at heavyweight champion Mike Tyson. This is where the story gets interesting for our purposes, as in order to make the transition, Holyfield hired none other than 8-time Mr. Olympia Lee Haney. By 1987, Haney had already won the Mr. Olympia 3 times, and it was not looking like he was going to be beaten anytime soon, as he was on top of his game. Both Haney and Holyfield lived near Fayetteville, Georgia, and their paths would sometimes cross at the gym. Both were also devout Christians, and it wasn't too long before they became friends. At the time of his transition up to heavyweight, Holyfield
weighed only 190 pounds, and he needed to put on another 10 pounds of muscle at the least.
So Haney was the obvious choice to help him to do it. Under Haney's training, Evander was able to bring himself into the heavyweight ranks and had his first fight there weighing
202 pounds.
This is the version of Holyfield that we'll be looking at, the heavyweight version. Now we'll need to be a little more specific than that, however, as Holyfield spent 24 years as a heavyweight. So we want the absolute best version of heavyweight Holyfield. Not surprisingly, Holyfield's physique was at its peak when he fought the best there was, Mike Tyson, in 1996 and 1997. And though the underdog in the fight, by this time Holyfield was an absolute beast of a physical specimen. So this is the version of Holyfield that we'll be looking at, and we have quite a bit to go on here, so let's dig in. First of all, we have measurements. We have essentially all of the measurements we could possibly want from his first fight with Tyson, and they're pretty good. These measurements, in terms of symmetry, are very well proportioned and right there in terms of size for either a natural competitor or one beginning their journey into the open ranks of the NPC. Moving on from paper to practice though, let's now see how these numbers translate to reality. In our first pick of Evander here, we have a pretty good view of his chest. It's fantastic. He has great separation in size, and in addition to this, he has towering traps on his back, bulging shoulders, and great arm size. Moving on to find better pics of the biceps, we come to this shot of him, with his right hand cocked and ready to deliver. We can see the bicep looking fantastically ripped and big, and on the shoulder we can even see some separation between the heads of the deltoids. In this next picture, we can see that his legs are somewhat smaller, but they're still muscular and show good definition. Moving on to the back, we can see him having great traps again, and good lats giving him a muscular V-taper. Overall, Holyfield has a great physique, and I'm of the opinion that he could not only have been a bodybuilder, but he could have been a champion. He had the structure for it, and more importantly, he had the will necessary to win. If Evander had it in him to summon up the courage and the will to win against foes like Riddick Bowe, Mike Tyson, and George Foreman, I can only imagine what he would have looked like had he channeled that warrior's heart into bodybuilding. Physical fitness has remained a part of Holyfield long after he retired from boxing as well, and he can be seen here dancing at the age of 62 on his birthday. Not bad, Evander. Not bad at all. If you like this content, go ahead and like, share, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.